Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
So right now, Andrew Tate is trending because this white pick-me lady, oh, she thought she hit gold, honey. But it's come out. Andrew Tate is out here whooping her ass. She had to wait for him to leave the country. She don't want to file charges on him. So we're going to cover this story. This was all over Twitter earlier today. All right. Andrew Tate's girlfriend, Bree Stern, claims he attacked her during sex and files a police report. Let's see here. One of Andrew Tate's girlfriends said she was nearly choked unconscious during a violent sexual encounter 2 weeks ago, prompting her to report the alleged incident to police. Bree filed a sexual assault report, and she claims Andrew attacked her on March 11th while they were staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel, according to sources with direct knowledge. She told the police that Tate began choking her while she was having sex, but it got too rough, and though she begged him to stop, he kept going. Bree says the more she struggled, the more violent he got. She felt everything getting fuzzy, like she was phasing into unconsciousness. Bree says the violence only stopped once Tate was done having sex, and once he fell asleep, she went to the bathroom to document her injuries. TMZ has obtained pics showing bruising on her face. Bree says she went to an emergency room in NYC where she had flown for work. A couple days later, the documents now show she was diagnosed with a post-contusion. So these are the receipts from the hospital. But check out these text messages. Pookie Poem and Pookie Flowers says, I'm sad today and I miss Pumpkin. Pookie Pumpkin Princess. Okay, so this is March 9th. Andrew Tate writes, you talk back too much, whore, so I beat you. I will hit you today, but I love you. Then she says, why the name calling? He says, do you understand? She says, I'm scared. He says, don't care. Do you understand? She says, yes. Why the hitting? He says, do you belong to me or not? She says, I do. He says, I want to beat the fuck out of you. You will give me a child this year, bitch. Why do you want to beat me? It's 12:30 a.m. I'm in the room. I sleep soon. He says, what's the point in having you if I don't beat you and impregnate you? You should be thankful. Then he says, if you ever betray me, you will regret it. She says, okay, crazy. He says, no, I'm serious. He says, if you're mine, why wouldn't I be able to hit you, okay? She says, you scared me with what you said. He says, I really love hitting you. It's very good for me and you. It's relaxing, don't you think? ? She says, Pookie, no, I cry. He says, you need to be hit. She says, why? I don't like it. Why did I do? Or I think she meant, what did I do? But she wrote, what did I do? He says, you deserve it. So, that is some sick ass shit. But are we shocked? This is Andrew Tate, okay? So now, let me go ahead and go to her Twitter page. This is the girl. So now she's on here, taking it to Twitter. So in this one, she says here, let me just use the other way. Hold on. Okay. She says here, you are my property. My name is Bree Stern. I'm from Los Angeles. I met Andrew Tate in the summer of 2024, and we were in a relationship for almost a year. So she's showing her face. You can see here her face is bruised. This is a video here of her.
What do I do?
Filming her bruises. She says here, we met because he needed models for his crypto coin and promised to help me save my crypto coin sister. We spent as much time together as we could, but when we weren't physically together, we were in communication all day, every day. Here she posted a picture of them kissing. She said, he was my best friend. I stood by his side unwaveringly. We made plans to live together, first in Romania and then in Miami once he traveled to America. Then he says, besides the fact he has hurt me so badly, I still love him. Maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome. I don't know. But before that, she said he wanted to start a new life together once he arrived in the U.S. He wanted me to have his children and always told me we would be together forever. Andrew told me he loved me every day, and I was very much in love with him. And so these are some of the text messages I read. This one, she says, the last time I saw Andrew was March 11th at the Beverly Hills Hotel. The last words he said to me before I left the hotel was, shut the fuck up, bitch. You will never backtalk me. You are my property. So he texts, if you're mine, why wouldn't I be able to hit you? Okay. She says, you scared me what you said. He says, are you scared of me? Physical violence for me is a huge no. I don't even like it when you hit me during sex. It scares me. She says here, due to the events that have transpired in the early hours of that day, as well as his final degrading words, something just clicked and I finally recognized someone who truly loved me wouldn't say those things or hurt me repeatedly the way that he did. So she says here, why are you being mean in the other chat? He says, because I want to beat the fuck out of you. You will give me a child this year, bitch. Why did you want to beat me? Okay, I have read that already. Then she says this wasn't a joke or an internet facade. This was the reality of my boyfriend in my life, and I need to take back control. You are my property, echoed in my mind. And I knew that it was not in the future I wanted for myself or my future children. It was not easy, but I gathered the courage to do what I had contemplated on doing for a long time and leave him. I grabbed my things and walked out of the hotel and walked out of our relationship. I went to a doctor. I went to the police last week, and this has been very difficult and extremely scary for me. I am an emotional wreck, and I am constantly looking over my shoulder. I'm not the person I was before. All right. So y'all just heard what Bree had to say. This is my issue with this situation. And again, this is not to victim shame, because y'all will be like, oh, Tia, you're always shaming victims, whatever. My issue is this man's abuse has been recorded for years. There were documentaries on him. There was a YouTube channel that exposes him. I had talked about that YouTube channel a few months ago. Put a teacup in the chat if you guys remember that YouTube channel, who bought receipts. They went through the court records. And in a lot of these documentaries, a lot of the girls were saying the same thing, that he loves rough, violent sex. He loves to choke. He loves to abuse. He loves to call women degrading names. All of these women were saying this. But see, what happens is that a lot of women feel like, oh, it was those other women. He would never do that to me. My body's different. My coochie's different. He loves me. Oh, maybe they didn't put it on him right. I'm prettier. I'm blonde. I'm just, whatever. The stupid shit that pick-me's tell themselves. There was well-documented information of this man's abuse. But again, you thought you could change an abuser. You thought you were better than the last woman. And he taught you that fat meat is greasy. This is why I say time and time again, there's no real sisterhood. Because there's no way that I could see all the evidence against him online, in documentaries, other women coming out telling their stories, and you ignore all those red flags and still get into a relationship with this man. So now he responded back to the accusations, and this is his response, like a true narcissist. After it went viral, he came online and he said, "Water is wet." So let me go ahead and play you guys the video.
How do I hate women if I fucking go to work so I can pay for her life? How do I hate women if I'm prepared to die if someone attacks her? How do I hate women if I put up with all her problems and try and make her feel happy at my own expense? The average husband out here is going to work in a shit job he doesn't want to fucking work all day, every day to bring home money to his wife so that she can smile. Not him. He wants her to smile more than he wants himself to smile. And we're called misogynistic and terrible people for having that basic masculine inclination to protect and provide. All of this is a psyop of the highest level, and it's done on purpose to break the family unit and break societies en masse because women and children can be psyop. That's why men have to protect them. How do I hate women if I fucking go to work?
This dude is so full of shit. So full of shit. So then somebody reminded him, they were like, "Is this you?" So we're going to go ahead and listen to this. They posted this. Again, all these clips are online, and you can say that they're jokes, but I don't know who jokes like this.
Okay, you ain't gonna do shit, but you know what they didn't teach you in self-defense? Here's a little move. When I grab you by your neck and you start annoying me trying to resist, and I just and then I grab you by your neck again. Then what the fuck are you gonna do when your face is collapsed and your fucking cheekbone's broken? You ain't gonna do shit but cry.
I guarantee I changed the way you look at sex forever. You're gonna be fucking crying. I won't cry. I bet you cry, bitch. I bet you fucking cry. You're saying I wouldn't cry. You're challenging me to a fight. You're saying I can't hurt you. You're out of your fucking mind? I don't even have to fuck you. Forget the sex part. That's a distraction. My dick can stay in my pants. I'll just start beating the shit out of you. How about that? We walk in the bedroom. I start kicking your ass. No sex. No sex involved. But you cry then.
I perfected this in pimp school. When I got my PhD, we had to practice if a girl comes at you, you cheater, you're cheating. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and then grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch! Her panties get wet. The machete's on the floor, her panties are all wet. And you go, fuck her. That's how it goes. Slap, slap, grab, choke, shut up, bitch, sex. These are the basic moves of pimping.
And y'all can say, you know, because his stupid fans would be like, "Oh, that's just satire." I don't know who jokes like that. I'm sorry, but that type of joking, that don't make my nipples hard. That makes me like quench up, like, what the fuck? How is that a turn on? That's not a joke to me. Nothing that he said is funny, is okay, but it's very interesting that everything he was saying in those joke videos is everything that not only his latest girlfriend, Bree, has come out with receipts. Other women have been saying this for years about Andrew. But y'all swear up and down it's a joke. No, what it is that he's speaking his truest, darkest desires under the guise of, you know, "I'm just telling a joke, bro. It's just me being funny. It's satire." No, that's the real him. That's the real him. And women need to stop trying to be pick-me's and thinking that it won't happen to you because you're better than the last woman. Because now she's finding herself in the same situation as these other women. Abused, bruised, and battered. And I feel bad for her. You know, she's young. And she's going to be dealing with some PTSD. But you have to learn, like I always tell y'all, learn from the mistakes of other people so that way you're not destined to repeat them. I'm not about to sit here and watch a dude have rumors around him about putting hands on bitches, R-ing females, disrespecting women time and time again. And then I'm like, "Oh, I'll date him." Absolutely not. His track record speaks for itself. But you know the sad part? You'll still have women lining up to date him because, again, it's more important to be adjacent to his lifestyle, his wealth, and his notoriety than their safety. And he knows it. He knows it. And that's why he can continue to move the way that he moves, because it's another woman waiting in the wings. There's women out here willing to have his baby, and he knows it, just because of this lifestyle he's portraying to have. So the whole situation is just really, really... Yes, somebody said Megan Good. Ooh, Nico. Ooh, I ain't even want to go there. Can we talk about Megan real quick? First of all, I believe that Megan Good was the other woman. When that white lady in the car, forgive me, I forget her name. The one that Jonathan Majors had abused, when she saw him texting somebody else, they got together too quick for me. Ain't no way in hell you was in a serious relationship with this woman, with the white Coretta Scott King, and then all of a sudden, once the video comes out and you're being arrested and being smeared, all of a sudden you and Megan are together and she's your new Coretta Scott King. Then it came out, I don't know if y'all remember, I think it was like earlier this week, audio came out of Jonathan Majors basically admitting, it was secret audio recording of him admitting to putting hands on that white woman. What's her name? Grace Jabari. Thank you. Grace Jabari. I appreciate that. So now there's no speculations. He's on camera admitting that he put hands on her. So all I'm going to say is good luck to Megan. Because now she secretly married him. He's, doing hobo tours, crying on Sherry Shepherd, talking about how she stood by his side and lost endorsements. Once again, it's a black woman with a cape running to fix his reputation. But I hope when it's all said and done, her reputation is not left in tatters. And I hope that he does not put hands on her and abuse her the way he did. Because it wasn't just Grace Jabari. It was another woman too. Another ex came out, also confirmed, that he's done stuff, that he put hands on that person. After a while, everybody can't be lying. And let's not forget, he's an actor. Every time he breaks down crying, I feel nothing. I feel the same way about him crying, the same way I feel when Meg Thee Stallion cries. I feel nothing. Y'all can get mad. I felt nothing when she was crying and carrying on about all that stuff. I think they all had a hand to play. A lot of these celebrities be acting. They know how to play on emotions with heartstrings and all that stuff. When somebody is genuine, as an empath, I really feel it. It'll make me want to cry. I'll start welling up. I feel absolutely nothing when that man be crying on Sherry Shepherd, when he was crying at the one award show. I just sat there and kept scrolling. I felt nothing. That's just me keeping it real. And I like Megan Good. I met her and her ex-husband, the pastor. She was cool. I just hate the fact that her legacy is tied to all this muck. Like Cat Williams said, Megan Good is really the one that saved Jonathan Majors' reputation and career. And I just hope it does not come back to bite her. Because up until her getting with him, she was good. She had her marriage, they ended in divorce, and that's okay. Things happen. But it's something about him. Too many red flags. And I know a lot of times it's easy to dismiss it and say it's racism and it's, white women just trying to take down this man. But now the receipts are out here. He was on audio admitting to putting hands on her. So I just hope she's careful. Because a lot of times women will get into these situations thinking it's not going to happen to them. They're better than the last girlfriend, and then they find themselves in the same exact situation. So hopefully he's changed, but child, who knows? But yeah, hopefully this lady, Bree, gets the help that she needs, counseling, and that she does not go back to him, because that situation is scary, the way he's talking to her. And a lot of these red pill guys talk to women like that. They think it's okay, and you have some women who think that it's okay to be talked to like that. It's not. If somebody really loves you, they don't have to talk to you in that type of abusive fashion. That is insane. And then demanding and saying that you're... And my thing is, you know, this is the same man who will sit here and talk shit and call women whores if they have kids out of wedlock, if they have multiple children. This same idiot and his brother have, you know, after all this stuff came out in court records, he has several baby mamas. He has several children out of wedlock. So you notice none of these guys ever practice what they preach? It's okay when they do it, but it's a problem when women do it. So he's creating a bunch of broken homes, and he's still looking to create more broken homes with this next lady. The hypocrisy. But then we'll talk shit about women for being single mothers. But in the same breath, this loser is creating single parent households. He has not married one woman that he's knocked up. Matter of fact, he pimped the baby mama. Him and Tristan, remember, they had both their baby mamas doing webcams together. What kind of sick shit is that? Had them doing all types of freaky shit. Y'all's kids is our cousins. Really? But then we'll talk about other people being degenerates. What part of Islam is this? What part of Christianity is this? They will talk so much about, oh, the family, the American family, and family values. So it's cool when your girls are gay. It's cool when your baby mamas are scissoring and, you know what I'm saying, eating the box. Y'all are cool with lesbianism, but it's the LGBT community ruining the straight family. Interesting. These people are hypocrites. If you're against LGBT and gay stuff, you would not be running a cam business, having women engaging in lesbianism. What part of that is of Allah? Y'all better watch who y'all follow, honey, because a lot of these people are demons in disguise, and they will lead you straight to hell. So hopefully she gets some counseling. Again, ladies, stop being pick-me's. Stop thinking that what happened to the last female won't happen to you. Because like I said, all the evidence been out there online about this man. But she thought she was better than the last girl, and she got her rude awakening. But I'm glad that, you know, she chose to come out and tell her story publicly. I will give her props for that. But let's start learning from what happens to other women, so that way we're not repeating that same cycle of violence.
We want the latest news in the streets. Join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.